Swag Wars. But let's get it started in Dallas, where the Cowboys are 2-5 after being blown out by Washington. Mike McCarthy has already lost his top two quarterbacks to injuries, with Dak Prescott out, and now Andy Dalton dealing with a concussion. Despite the Cowboys' struggles, Executive VP Stephen Jones said, quote, "I know we've got the right guy for the job." Jerry Jones also showed his support earlier today, saying, quote, "One of the reasons Mike McCarthy is the head coach is because he's been through it." So, Acho, does Mike McCarthy deserve a pass for the Cowboys' recent struggles? Not a giggle.
No.
You still laughing?
He don't deserve no pass. Cowboys fans, again, I apologize to y'all on Twitter. Let me apologize to y'all on television. I feel sorry for Cowboys fans. They didn't deserve this. They don't deserve this.
What is this?
Marcellus,
what is this?
Mike McCarthy doesn't get a pass. And also, recent struggles. You mean since he got there?
Oh.
The Cowboys have been struggling since Mike McCarthy showed up on the scene. These struggles are not recent. I don't know why we act like these last two ugly losses are any different than the first three losses. The players are a reflection of their coach. The Cowboys players are undisciplined, they're lazy, they're heartless to a degree, and they're unmotivated. They're heartless because they won't stand up for the quarterback, but I ain't going there with you because I'm over it from yesterday.
You ain't my friend.
Undisciplined, lazy, unmotivated, and heartless, Marcellus.
Wow.
The players are a reflection of their coach. Their coach, Mike McCarthy, clearly has to embody several of those adjectives which I just mentioned. How can you give the man a pass when he's quite literally been doing this since he stepped foot in Dallas?
Don't do this.
I had an issue with him not calling Dak Prescott. How do you not call your star franchise quarterback as soon as you get the job? Oh, I've just been busy handling things. That's when I was like, you know what? There might be an issue here. Then early
You didn't go on TV and say anything.
I didn't have this job at the time. I wasn't employed at the time.
Oh, really?
Not here. I wasn't, okay?
Exactly.
Thank you. You should have texted the bosses sooner and gotten me this job earlier. But that I digress. Early on, they lose to the Rams, not a big deal. Come back, win against the Falcons, it doesn't look good. But then, Marcellus, you lose to the Seahawks, lose to the Browns in not great fashion. At this point in time, Mike McCarthy is showing us exactly who he is. I do not give this man a pass at all whatsoever.
Are you done or are you finished?
I'm done. And I got some more, but you can go. Go ahead, sir.
Wow. In election season, I know that you're going to mail in your ballot, but I know you're going to mail in your take right there. That is a lazy ass take. Oh, you know what? After 7 weeks, get rid of the coach. Hey, you can't fire all the players, so let's get rid of the coach. Acho.
What's up, bro?
Man, you know you better than that. You know you got to give this cake time to bake. Grandma ever tell you that? All right, baby, come over here and help me make some of this cake, all right? You gotta get the eggs. Hey, don't put them shells in that batter. Swirl it up. You put a little on your tongue. Ooh, Grandma, how long is it gonna take? She says an hour, baby. Okay, so then she puts it in the oven, 325 if your grandma's an OG. You know what I'm saying? 325, you got an hour to wait. But Acho can't wait. Acho is not gonna wait. Acho's gonna open up the oven, first of all, burn his eyebrows, and then he's gonna try and stick in there. Grandma said, and then you look at that cake in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, Acho. You didn't want to wait your entire hour. Look at that cake. Is it edible? Hell no. Why are you putting this all on Mike McCarthy when Mike McCarthy was sold a bill of goods? False advertisement when he became the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is asking, you ready this?
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. I can't wait for this ignorance. Go ahead, sir.
What, my grandma or this? Mike McCarthy is asking, where's my starting quarterback? Anybody see my QB1? Oh, he's gone. Okay, that's fine. Where's my QB2? Oh, he's gone too? Bill of goods. Where's my running back? I heard of this guy, Ezekiel Elliott. People told me he was amazing. People told me he was tremendous. This guy is that guy. They wear the same number, but they're not doing the same things, fumbling the ball all the time. Where's my offensive line? I heard that they had arguably the best offensive line in the NFL. Tyron Smith anywhere? Anybody? Anybody? Lyle Collins? Anybody? No. Where's my defense? Oh, a couple years ago, weren't you the top 10 defense? Weren't you going to be a part of the complementary piece for this offense and this defense to finally take us to the promised land? Where's Jalen Smith? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, get quiet. DeMarcus Lawrence, you ever gonna get a sack? Here's the problem. He was told a lot And then when he showed up, a lot was missing. And that's the problem right now. You don't want to have the patience that I possess because I'm older. No. I can respect process. No. You're a part of this culture right now that wants it and wants it right now.
No, here's the problem with what you're saying. You talk about give Mike McCarthy time to bake the cake. Marcellus, what causes a cake to rise? Leaveners. Leaven causes a cake to rise.
Leaven?
Yes, leaven. Like, it causes a cake to rise. Look it up, Marcellus. I know a little bit about cooking.
Is that
the issue at hand, though, is Mike McCarthy, he doesn't have the adequate knowledge himself to create this.
What?
Here's what I mean, sir.
What are you talking about?
You say that it's Mike McCarthy's fault that these players are disappearing. Have you ever thought for a second that Mike McCarthy is stopping the players from unlocking their ability? Aaron Jones, one of the featured backs for the Green Bay Packers the last 2 years. We weren't talking about Aaron Jones when Mike McCarthy was there. It's not because Aaron Jones wasn't in the league. We just weren't talking about him. All of a sudden, he has a new head coach, Matt LaFleur, and Aaron Jones is a top 5 running back in the NFL. He's having 4 touchdowns in one game. It's not so much, Marcellus, that the players are at fault. And yes, the players are not absolved as all their issues. But Mike McCarthy, Marcellus, is the person who has hamstrung the talent of the players.
Wow.
Let me tell you why else I will not give him a pass. We've all heard the phrase, you made your bed, you lay in it. Mike McCarthy, you made this bed. You hired Mike Nolan, your friend, the same Mike Nolan who, at the last time he was a defensive coordinator, Marcellus, was the worst defensive coordinator in the league. Let me put this in perspective. Imagine Mike McCarthy signing a quarterback in free agency who the last time he was a quarterback by any statistical metric was the worst quarterback in the league. Then he goes into quarterback Mike McCarthy's team and he's the worst quarterback in the league. I'm not going to act surprised. You better not act surprised. Mike McCarthy, you shouldn't even act surprised. You knew who Mike Nolan was, your defensive coordinator, before you hired him. You still chose to hire him. Now the Cowboys defense is sorry. You knew he was going to be sorry. You made this bed, Mike McCarthy. You lay in it. I'm not going to wipe my hands and release Mike McCarthy of the struggles that he caused. He knew what he was doing.
Wow, he knew what he was doing by hiring his friend, right? I should have known what I was doing when I hired my friend. Look at you now. Look, Acho, your first 7 shows.
The show's doing great.
Yeah, but not the first 7 shows. You came over here, the Gumby wasn't tilted, it was all messed up.
God.
Come on, man, suit's on way too tight. You're loosened up a little bit. Like, everything is coming. We had a lot of uncomfortable conversations in the first 7.
Get to your point,
My point is, stop using nepotism and cronyism against the guys. Stop doing that. Oh, Aaron Jones, this beast that you're talking about. Applause, he is a beast. He has a Super Bowl ring? Oh, no. But the coach you're comparing him to does have a Super Bowl ring, so maybe you should trust in his leadership ability. But I know you won't do that. You want to blame Mike McCarthy for not unlocking ability. When I just gave you example after example of guys being injured, forget ability, Dak Prescott was having a historic season, career-setting season before injury. Oh, that just happened. Huh? No, it's actually partly in part because of the coach. Look at this situation where Mike McCarthy finds himself. He walks into a culture. He walks into a situation of normalized futility. Let's just be real about the Cowboys. As you always want to remind me how long it's been, 25 years since not only did they win a Super Bowl, but since they've been to the conference championship. So he walks up into the Dallas Cowboys country club and realizes, damn, this is a lot different and a lot more difficult than I expected. We got guys out here who are just normal and fine with just being adequate, with just being mediocre. Despite getting their individual numbers, they don't care about the collective culture. As you point out, when they didn't fight for Andy Dalton as he was dying on the football field. There's not this collective heartbeat. Mike McCarthy's from Pittsburgh, man, Steel City. He goes up in there at Dallas and he looks at these guys, all these guys out there living country club spa days, and he's starting to realize it's going to take me a minute to build this culture. And that's why I want to quote Stephen Jones, who went out there and made sure that he could separate the signal from the noise. He knows not to listen to outside noise like Acho and people like you who are speaking this. What does Stephen Jones say?
What?
I know we've got the right head guy for the job, and it's a work in progress. Listen to this, Acho. These things just take time. When you got the right guy and you have the right mix, all you got to do is wait for it to cook. But Acho want to stick his fingers in the batter way too soon and then complain it doesn't taste
Marcellus, here's the thing, bro. You can tell by the taste of the batter whether the cake gonna be good or not.
Okay.
You can tell.
Zeke?
The No,
Dak? You don't think that's good
the
cake?
cake doesn't have to be done. You can tell. I can tell in the first 7 games